everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening, and I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little bit of a bumpy ride astrologically. I don't know if you're feeling it, but the last week and a half has been really intense, a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Today seemed a little less heavy when I got up this morning, so I was welcoming that. But yesterday was pretty heavy in all matters of all things. And so I thought I would just pull a couple cards for us tonight and talk a little bit about how to, maneuver some of those heavier, denser energies that you may be feeling right now. So it was really interesting because the two cards that I pulled, one was hostilities, and actually it was reversed, which is a good thing because, normally I don't read cards in reverse, but for some reason I decided to look into it into reverse. And so basically in the hostilities card, it's talking about the heaviness and the hostile energy. So if you've all been feeling that, you're not alone. I think a lot of us have been feeling that. But in the reverse, it's saying that it is starting to level out, that it's starting to adjust. And all those heavy energies that we've been living with for a while are going to start to, ease up on us and give us a little bit of a break, which is really great. I will welcome that. The second card I pulled was Woman with a Heart. And, I'm not really reading the meanings behind the cards. I'm just reading them energetically and what Spirit is wanting to bring through for all of you out there who are needing some of this. So along with the hostilities card, now you have the Woman with the Heart and bringing in that self-care, being in awareness of just being gentle on yourself, being gentle on others during these really heightened energies. And these energies are going to continue until the end of the month. So it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride. I think it's Mars. I could be wrong, but I think Mars is in retrograde, and Mars is everything with these difficulties, these hostilities, and it's very strong energy, very strong willpower, energy, and so with that in retrograde, it's kind of it's a little bit of a bumpy ride, trying to navigate that. And so, as I've been navigating these energies myself, I'm sure many of you are as well. And so if you're finding yourself being a little bit more overwhelmed or having a little bit more anxiety over things, you have to take a step back and always remember some of the things that I've talked about in my shows in the past, which is whose energy is this? Right? So as empaths, as many of us are, we're picking up on other people's energies, right? And we are taking them on as our own. And the reason we do that is empaths and light workers, we transmute that energy. We basically are taking energy and absorbing it and then letting it go and releasing it, into the light, into the heavens, however you would like to phrase it. But basically, we're taking that energy of others and transmuting it. So we're doing this beautiful work, but yet if we don't recognize that it is not ours, it can kind of take a toll on us. It can leave us feeling depleted. It can leave us feeling anxiety or sad or angry, and maybe we don't know why, right? So that's why it's so important to find out, number one, if this is somebody else's energy that you're feeling or if it's really yours, because good portion of the time, I would say you're probably picking up on somebody else's energy. And so asking that to be released from you and returned to sender with love and consciousness, that just releases that energy. It acknowledges that it's not yours, and then you release it back to where it came from, not in a harmful way, in a very loving way, to say, no, this is not mine. I'm not taking this on. So thank you for showing up, but it may be released from me now. Another really good practice is before you go to bed, ask your angels and your guides to cut cords from all the people, all the things that you have done during the day. Because what that does is as we go through, we are energetically connecting with people, right? So it's like having a cord directly from yourself to them. And so as you go to bed at night, asking your angels to cut those cords, releasing their energies, bringing your energies back to you, it gives you a chance to start fresh again in the morning, right? So clearing those cords, saying thank you, filling that all back in with unconditional love, asking that all your energies be brought back to you. So then that way you can wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and a new start without carrying the energies from the day before. It's really important, especially during these times that we're having all of these heavy energies. So 2 really fantastic tips. Hope you will use them. I find I do this every night. I cut and clear all those etherical cords between me and others, and it helps me sleep as well. And I know sometimes I just drop into bed and I forget to do that. And I find myself having a little bit more restless sleep, or maybe waking up a little cranky, right? And then I go, oh, wait a minute, I didn't do that last night. So I go ahead and I do it in the morning when I get up. So really good tips to help all of you empaths and you light workers. And even if you're not an empath or a light worker, it's still fantastic to do this. Okay, just starting out fresh. So be gentle with yourself. Take a little bit of time to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, to get through these rougher energies. And we will get through this, all right? Okay, we are going to go to the phone lines right now. We have Alma in Washington, Pennsylvania. Good evening, Alma, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, thank you. What can I help you with tonight?
Maybe my relationship.
Okay. Is there something specific about that?
It just feels like he's really offish with me lately.
Okay. Okay. Alma, let me kind of tune in, see what I can find. There's going to be a little moment of silence while I do that, and then I'll be right back
Okay.
with you, okay? Okay. Okay, Alma, so the words that I was hearing were big decisions. Um, are there things going on with the two of you that are you're looking at some large decisions, some big decisions that may seem a little scary, maybe giving you a little bit of anxiety about. Um, it feels like this energy of the two of you trying to make decisions.
Right.
So these decisions are weighing a little bit heavy um, on him, and I just keep hearing big decisions, big decisions. It's like he's not really used to having to make these big decisions, and he's feeling a little off balance about it. Um, so in your relationship, are you the one that usually makes like all the major decisions? I mean, you consult him, but are you really the decision maker?
No, he usually does.
He usually does. Okay. For some reason, there feels like this switch. Okay. Like either you're having a bigger part in this decision making, or maybe he's leaving more decision making up to you. I'm not really sure, but it feels like there's a different dynamic here that might be throwing him off.
Maybe.
Uh, Hold on just a moment. Okay, so I'm also getting that he's uncomfortable making this decision. Almost like the two of you need to kind of sit down and talk about what this is, talk about your options, and what way and what direction you want to go. It's almost like you need to sit down and say, what is our end game, right? It's like I can't sit still in my seat. It's like I'm squirming around, right? And so that is kind of the way he's feeling right now. He's not comfortable with this decision that needs to be with the decision that needs to be made. He knows it needs to be made, right? Like it's come to a point where it needs to happen, but he's not comfortable with that. It's like he's not comfortable with either decision, like either going with it or not going with it. Neither one feels like it's a very good balance in his realm, in his world. It's like he can usually make really good decisions very quickly, and this one's tripping him up a little bit.
Right. We really haven't been around each other the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some deep thinking going on with him right now. Some shifts, some changes, and so it's almost like he's hunkering down a little bit. So I think this is where it would be important for the two of you to kind of talk about what's going on, and talk about, how to make that decision together. Because right now it does feel like there's this almost like this clear piece of glass between the two of you, right?
Right.
Like you can't see it, but you know it's there. It's like this barrier, energetically. And so it's about, drilling down to what that is about.
Okay.
I don't feel like that this is like an ending or anything, okay? It just feels like there's some big life decisions that are being made right now.
Right.
Some of them are about, the two of you together, and some of them are about him and his space of growing, essentially.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm being shown is that you could help him kind of come to some decisions by talking it through, supporting him, supporting his needs at the moment, to kind of help kind of guide him or push him through this little bit of a stumbling block that he's having.
Right.
You bring very good.
I can't force him to do it.
No, but you bring to the table very sound grounded ideas and options, and he knows that about you, right? So
Right.
this could be the time to bring some of those things to the table and say, here's what I think about the situation. Here's how I think, here's some things to think about. How do you feel about those, right? Because you're right, you definitely can't force him or make those decisions for him, and he'll come around and he will be able to make those decisions and be okay with them. It's not happening as quickly as he anticipated or how he operates, and that's really the biggest thing, right? He's never hem and hawed
Yes.
over any decisions per se, and this one is,
Mhm.
and so he doesn't really know how to deal with that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know if he was seeing someone behind my back or not.
Not feeling that. um
Okay.
I feel like he's hunkering down. It's almost like he's hiding. Okay.
Yeah.
um so hang on just a moment. Okay, I keep hearing stop. So I had to ask, okay, stop what? So they're saying kind of stop forcing the issue, kind of stop,
Uh-huh.
pushing it, because he's going to come around in his own time. But forcing things isn't really going to help the two of you move through this, okay? Um, I'm hearing solid, okay? That your relationship in this moment is solid, okay? So it's really more about trying to get to him and find out what it is that he is needing help with in a very gentle way, right? Um,
Right. Right.
Again, he's not gonna want you to make any decisions for him. He's gonna want to be able to come to his own conclusions. But helping him along the way could be a good thing, could be beneficial.
Okay.
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 They're not giving me really any more information other than
Mhm.
that. Was there something? Was there another question or something else that you had?
Um, I was wondering if my fiance that passed away was coming through.
Yeah. Wow. You guys had a very strong connection. It's like I can see this cord between the two of you connected very tightly, right? Um,
Mhm.
do you feel that you've done the necessary grieving over this situation?
I know. I was
Okay.
trying to figure out how to.
Okay. Because I'm getting that you haven't really had that time to like process all of that and go through some of those emotions, to be able to like let go and release, right? I see this really,
Mhm.
really strong cord still connecting the two of you, which is indicating to me that grieving process hasn't really shifted, and you haven't really let go of him, in a way. Um, so, looking at maybe trying to get some grief counseling, or talking to somebody about it. Because here I feel like you're almost doing what you were asking about before with him, is that you're kind of like hunkering down, and it's almost like you're putting a blanket over your head. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have to do anything with this. And that's not being in a healthy situation. Okay.
Right.
And it's almost kind of holding you back from being able to have any other healthy situations or relationships going forward. So
I know, I miss him like crazy.
yeah, I can feel that. I mean, I really, really heartfelt feel that. So, um, and he's showing me that 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 would be very helpful for you. It doesn't mean if you cut those ties, it doesn't mean that he won't be around. He's always going to be around. But it's about cutting those ties enough so that you can move on and have a healthy, meaningful life, right? Because you've got many, many
Right.
years ahead of you. And so being able to release that, there's a lot of guilt around this as well, too, around
Yes.
his passing. And so that guilt sits very, very heavy on you. Um, and he's asking you to release that guilt, that this isn't yours to carry. It's not your burden to carry. Okay.
Mhm.
So by being able to kind of move through some of these things, it's going to open up more possibilities. It's even going to open up farther to you having relationships with other people. It's going to be
Right.
easy. It's going to be easier, right? It's not going to feel
Yeah.
forced, which is why I think you're feeling right now that this relationship that you have is feeling very forced. Okay. And
Yeah.
I think it's because you haven't like released the passing of your fiance.
Uh, it was like 17 years together.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just miss him so much.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. So, knowing that to go through that process of letting go doesn't necessarily mean you forget. Okay. There's a big difference
Right.
between letting go and forgetting. So, you can still reach out to him, still talk to him, all of those wonderful, great things, right? Knowing that he's
Right.
right there with you, helping you make decisions, helping you forward on your path, but letting go enough that you can really move forward in your human life, right? And
Yeah.
that's really what he wants for you. He really wants you to be able to move on and enjoy life and even find somebody else who will fill your heart full of love, laughter, and joy.
Yeah.
Because you guys had a lot of fun together.
Yes.
You guys had a lot of
Yes,
fun
we
together.
did.
Yeah. And
Yeah, a
so
lot of
that
fun, a lot of
heaviness,
heartfelt times.
yeah, of course. And so that heaviness that you're feeling is that heaviness that you feel like you're not going to be able to find that again in somebody else, right?
Right.
And you will. You will. You just have to go through the journey.
Okay.
Okay. How long has he been
Okay.
gone?
5 years.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't even get to say goodbye when he passed away. It was just a sudden thing when I got the call saying he was gone.
Right. Yeah, that's really tough. It really is. Um, so again, doing things for you that can help you go through the process. There's no time limit on grief. Okay. So don't put a time limit on it. Oh, it's been 5 years, so I should be here. I should be there. This should be happening. It doesn't work that way. So, you know, you are to a point, I'm being shown right now that you're to a point where you're ready to move forward. You're ready to let go, right? It's just having somebody help
Yeah.
you through that process.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll definitely look into it.
And then
Because
once you
my
start
daughter
going
has
through
a
that,
hard time with it too.
I'm sure. Yeah. One thing to note is once you start making that change and that transition and going through your grief, she's going to automatically kind of follow, right? It's just kind of it's just kind of the way that universal thing works with family. So as you go through it, so will she, and it'll help her transition. It will help her see how you are moving forward in your life. Okay. And that's going to help her too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, at his coffin, he danced with me in spirit. It was like amazing, but I haven't felt him since.
Yeah. Those are actual visits. They're precious and they're amazing.
Yeah, it was.
He'll be back. But he's also kind of stepping back a little bit because he wants it to be in a healthy way. He doesn't want to step into your life and get you upset again and hurt, right? So if you don't feel him for a while, it's just that he's stepping back a little bit to give you a little bit of space. But he'll return, okay?
Okay. Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. You're ready for this, okay? You're ready to move on.
Okay. I feel like it. I'm getting my life.
Good. Well, Alma, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show, so I want to say thank you so much for calling in. I hope this has been helpful.
It has. Thank you.
Good. Have a wonderful evening.
And you too. God bless.
Thank you. All right, that does it for me. Reach out to me on my Facebook pages of Julie YeagerWalker Medium or Your Time to Shine, or you can reach me over on my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. My brain is getting tired. I am booking into November, and I'm also providing gift cards for you out there who are looking to give your loved ones readings for the holiday season. Reach out to me. Don't forget to cut your cords. Be gentle with yourselves. Everyone have a good night. We'll see you next week.